Hello, my name's Dike Drummond. I'm a family practice doctor and an executive coach. And for the last 10 years, my practice has been exclusively focused on other doctors, helping them recognize and prevent burnout. In my own burnout experience and working with my clients, I know one of the early warning signs is the language the little voice in the back of your head uses. So for instance, recently, have you heard that little voice after a stressful week say something like, "I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going like this"? Or maybe it's gone even further and said something like, "You should have never chosen to be a doctor in the first place." It's especially frustrating because I know when you look in your heart, you're probably feeling like I did in my burnout, where I said to myself, I still love my patients. I still love being a helper and a healer and making a difference. It's just all this other stuff that's frying my bacon. Let me show you why that is. The normal experience of a normal doctor in the modern practice of medicine is like being in a whirlwind. You step into your practice and immediately you're surrounded by things coming at you from all directions. Complications, decisions, everything is headed your direction. And from inside the whirlwind, the only thing you can see is the inside of the whirlwind. And with your doctor's eyes, the things that you notice are the things that aren't working, the things that shouldn't be this way, the frustrations and the hassles of the day. But I want you to know, even though this drawing may seem simplistic, the whirlwind is real and it's a worthy adversary. Because you may not have noticed it, but just think, the whirlwind always comes fully rested, bringing its A game, had its Wheaties for breakfast, and it's totally tech enabled. Because the whirlwind is packing your EMR, your inbox, the patient portal, all the digital stuff that gets in the way of seeing patients. And I don't know if burnout and COVID are related, but ever since COVID came to town, it's thrown the whirlwind into a whole new gear. I mean, things were bad enough before the pandemic. Even then it was 50% burnout. Measured doctors' burnout on any given office day, and half of them were symptomatic. Burnout is known to be the #1 risk to your career, to your wealth, and even to your life. And there's no such thing as a doctor who's burned out that doesn't take their family along for the ride. Matter of fact, if you've been feeling this way for a while, your significant other may be burned out about talking about your burnout. That's super common. And burnout can come from the whirlwind actually rising out of your practice and eating the rest of your life, knocking everything out of balance. So for instance, when was the last time you had a quality date night? And when was the last time you took a clean 2-week vacation? Now, why didn't they tell you about this back in your training? Well, your training was just a survival contest. The one lesson you learned better than anything else was how to be a workaholic. Everything could be overcome by simply working harder. Well, you can't work your way out of the whirlwind. As a matter of fact, the more you do of the same old thing, the tighter Einstein's insanity trap gets. So if this sounds familiar at all, I want you to know you're not alone. However, the experience of burnout feels extremely isolating, right? You feel like nobody can help. You don't want to confide in anybody, tell the truth because it's not safe. Even though you may be wondering, what's wrong with me that I can't cope? You may be feeling guilt and shame. There's no one to talk to. So the reason I'm here today is to share with you a new program that addresses all of these facets of burnout and the whirlwind. It's a way to get the tools and support to start building a more ideal practice and a more balanced life starting now. It's called the Ideal Practice Generator. And it is a combination of 3 specific varieties of support, buckets of support that we've been using with our clients for years now. We're going to put them all together into a single program so that you can begin to take back your practice and take back your life. What are the 3 components? Well, number 1 is training. We've taken our 5 most popular trainings. They're online video trainings that you watch at your own pace that teach you how to recognize and prevent burnout, get home sooner, build life balance, manage your boss, right? How to do a quality job search if what happens is you need to change your job to get better at this point. Even how to be a more effective leader so that your team shares the load more effectively. So we've got number one, training, the tools, proven tools in our practice over 10 years that our clients have used and proven to be effective in the modern practice of medicine. Tools. Number two, coaching. Every week we're going to have a 2-hour Zoom coaching call with me so that you're never more than a week away from a live coaching session with an experienced physician coach. And we have one-on-one coaching sessions sprinkled into the program at specific milestones. So coaching, training, and the third one is our community of support. We're going to have an online, physician-only, private, exclusive community website like Facebook, but it's not on Facebook and it's not on LinkedIn. It's just for us, where the number one rule is Vegas rules. It's a place where you can let your hair down, tell the truth, get support. We're going to have your back because everybody in there is working on the same thing, building a more ideal practice. And collectively as a tribe, we're working on redefining what it means to be a healthy doctor in the post-COVID world. And at this point, we have enough experience that we can help you with any aspect of the physician life cycle. For instance, if you're a brand new doc looking to dial in your first practice, we can help. If you're a mid-career physician looking to tweak your practice for the long run, we can help. If you're around retirement age but don't know how to stop seeing patients and don't know what happens next, we can help. If you need a job change, we have full job change and onboarding training. And if you happen to be in a position where you see patients and you're a leader, we can help in that straddle job description. And last but not least, you don't have to be burned out to benefit. This is a practice optimization system. No matter how well you're doing now, if you'd like to do better, we can help you get there. Now, I want to have the opportunity to tell you everything about the program and answer all of your questions so that you can make a quality decision. So here's how this works. I have a small application down below. It's just a couple questions, takes just a couple minutes. And it lets me know whether or not this program is appropriate for you. And if it is, I'll send you a link to a webinar where I'm going to give you a training on the entire program, answer all of your questions, and also give you a mini training on the 4 levels of whirlwind escape it takes to be a healthy doctor these days. So please fill out the application, hit submit, and I'll get back to you with the training link so you can get all of your questions answered. And we can see whether now is a time when you might want to trade in feelings of frustration, exhaustion, isolation for the tools and support and the tribe of like-minded physicians that can have your back and help you build a more ideal practice and a more balanced life starting now. So I hope to see you real soon inside the training. Until then, keep breathing and have a great rest of your day.